I'm Kaitlyn Bristowe. Your session is now starting. Welcome to the Welcome to Grape Therapy. I'm your host, Kaitlyn Bristowe, and today we have Rubina from Big Brother on, and she's just such a sweet little treat. We really bonded, and this was honestly more of a podcast where you can legit hear and watch us form a bond and a friendship, and it's just a fun listen, so I hope you enjoy.
In the house, I kind of, laid low a little bit, but now I can be 100% Rubina.
Is that hard?
It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And even was it hard? Yes, to have to, it's not even like I wanted to dim myself or tone myself down.
Yeah.
But you're playing a game, so to some degree, nobody's being 100% themselves because that's part of strategies to
Even by the end, you couldn't.
By the end, I was so depleted, I didn't have it in me to be 100%
yeah,
me.
That's fair enough.
I'm like, let me just survive this.
So wait, what was your strategy? So you knew that part of the game was to not, like you said, not dim your light, not keep yourself small, but to almost not be what?
The center of attention.
Because that means
putting a target on myself.
But yeah.
And
so if you're big and loud and
I mean, here's the thing. Obviously, there was a lot of big and loud personalities in there.
Yeah.
Which for me, I was like, you know what? This is going to be the first time in my life that I take a step back and not have to be that person.
Right.
Not that I feel like I have to be that person, but I usually am that person.
Right.
But in here, I instead of being the talker, I became the listener, which is not usually how I am. And that was part of my strategy, was to not be the one who needed to be in the limelight.
And do you think that is why you went so far?
I feel like it did definitely help.
Yeah.
Because they just put a lot more targets on other people instead of me.
Angela being the target every single week and then not going home, I was so confused by that.
Angela being a super fan, and I have to kind of respect her in some ways because I do think she knew what she was doing.
Really?
To some degree. Of course. I
Even
really do.
with her meltdowns? You think that was strategic?
I think there's some that's some of them were so hyper aware that they were on a show, whereas I 100% forgot.
Yeah.
A lot of the time I was like, oh my God, wait, I'm on a TV show. My bad.
My bad.
I forgot. No, but a lot of people were, I think, more calculated and aware that they were on a show, so they were able to play up some things and be, a memorable reality show person,
Yeah. And I don't mind that.
Right.
Like Tucker, for example.
Let's talk about that.
I feel like he was, shaking things up and being but I feel like that did he have a strategy?
That's a great question. I think he did. His strategy was to be, I can't confirm, I'm speaking from what I saw.
Yes.
Was to play a game that was unlike any other would play, to put things in the limelight that other people wouldn't have the nerve to do.
Yeah.
And he always says, to thine own self be true.
Yeah.
So I think he just wanted to play as honest, even though he had a million final twos and as a game as he could. I guess protecting himself, but exposing everyone else.
When he was on my podcast, he was so scared for the finale, for having to tell you that he was
he scared?
So scared. I know.
Be scared.
I didn't even think about it. And he said he was like, he felt so bad. And I was like, what are you nervous about? And he was like before knowing what he was going to say. And he said that was he's like, I'm so nervous to have to say.
Yeah, I hope he was worried I was going to be mad.
He was.
Well, here's the thing. The problem is it was so long ago. And for me, it doesn't help me to harbor and hold on to things. It's like, I'm just not that person in regular life. I've been through a lot of real shit enough to know, you know what? Does this matter at the end of the day? Not really. But obviously, looking back now, I'm like, damn, that's kind of...
I know.
But I also realize if it were me, I might have done the same thing. But I don't think he didn't have the intention, I think, to make me cry. No. But that's just how I reacted because you're in a pressure cooker.
Well, for people that don't know what we're talking about,
yes,
he got money from America.
Exactly.
He got voted to be the AI instigator.
Yes.
And so he had to come up with things that would rattle the house that the AI would say. Mm-hmm. And so he exposed your relationship.
Right.
When you guys were trying to keep it under wraps.
I thought we were.
Right. But did you really think you were?
Oh, no. I mean, everybody freaking knows, girl.
Yeah.
It was me trying to convince myself because when I tell you this is the last thing I would have ever wanted to expected. What? Are you serious? Watch. Okay.
Rubina's sister is chiming in. Tell us.
She really did not want to showmance.
I told you.
At all. I literally, and I kind of like manifested, I feel like, because I was like, you're going to go in there and whatever, you're probably going to find somebody.
She said that.
Come back with a boyfriend.
Yeah, and I was like, she was crying a little bit about it.
I was
like,
crying about
forget
it.
all about me. I was like, girl, are you kidding me? You're my sister. Are you high right now? There's no way. But the problem was that I think because I was so tunnel vision about that not even being a possibility, that the universe said,
that's when it always happens.
that's what you get.
Yeah.
Because I was 4 years strong of being single. I was like, I got my bachelor's degree in being single. There's nobody. I'm not even interested.
But that's when it happens. It's because you have been so independent and so focused on yourself.
Exactly.
And you've been hyping not only yourself up, but the internet.
Yes.
I like went on a doom scroll through your social media, and I was like, I want to go rollerblading with you, roller skating, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so awesome. But were you like in general, say it wasn't in the Big Brother house, were you open to dating, or were you like, no, I'm staying strong on being single?
I was on no dating apps. I like was on a dating app one time just to like have. Basically, I went live to have people swipe left or swipe right with me during the pandemic. Okay, it was a boring thing, not for serious dating. Never going on dates, never looking at anyone, never even thinking anyone was attractive. My friends would be like, "Ooh, look," and I can't see when people are attractive unless I know what your brain and your heart is like. I genuinely can't think you're attractive unless. Yeah. So in the house, it was so easy the first kind of week to be like, I don't care. I can just be myself.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for anything. And then I think it helped because I was just so myself.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like trying to put it on for anyone.
Who
could resist?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't. My favorite. I wish they showed more of your hilariousness. Because there's like obviously memes or whatever would come out on the internet, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, show more of that.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I agree.
The recap show.
Yes,
I usually skip those because I'm like, we already know that the way they did this season was perfect. It was so funny. You got to see more of everybody's like, yes. Aww. It was so good. I loved every second of it. My girlfriend and I, we've always watched, and she skipped it, and I was like, don't sleep on the recap. Wait, what were we saying that I wanted? Oh, because you don't usually have a type then, because you get to know somebody first before you.
Right. I feel like I've dated United Nations is what I say. Like, honestly, you could pick, line them up and it'd be like, none of these people have anything in common. Right. And I just really like, I'm more about vibe and energy and where your brain and your heart is at.
Yes, I feel that. So with Tucker, you guys are still going strong?
Oh, yeah, we are.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I FaceTimed him yesterday.
Okay, I didn't want to
No,
bring it all up and then be like,
please don't talk about that. It's very sensitive. We broke up.
That's like giving Brianna chicken fry and Zach Bryan. Do you know who those people are?
No.
I love you.
Sorry.
This country singer who's huge right now.
Okay.
And I'm obsessed with his music, but I am not obsessed with him as a human being.
Oh, no.
I know. Like, she knew they were breaking up, but she didn't know he was announcing it on his story, and she was like blindsided.
That is...
I know.
Oh, why do it on the internet anyway? Yeah, imagine if that's the case. No way.
Well, that's why I'm like, so you never know when now you have a public relationship.
Okay, girl, can we talk about that?
Yes.
I did not realize that's what I was doing.
I know, because now people are so invested.
I was in a vacuum, and so it did not occur to me at all that there would be two Bina Stan accounts. Two Bina. First of all, let me say, I do love that it's mostly my name.
That's so funny because whenever people mesh my name with theirs, I always get hyped if it's more my name.
Yeah. It matters.
Tubina.
Yeah, Tubina. But I didn't realize that would be such a thing.
I know. Do you feel pressure?
I mean, nobody can pressure me. I'm 35, girl. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, I do believe peer pressure exists, but as far as this goes, my thing was that for 45 days, because he left halfway through, right, I had to push it down to survive in there, because I was hurting. Yeah. I was like, what is this feeling? I forgot. It hurts. Because it'd been 4 years. I was like, oh my God, I feel in physical pain.
Yeah.
So I had to push it out. So in my brain, I didn't think it would be a thing outside. Right. Because for me, I was suppressing it. I was like, okay, this isn't a thing. Not knowing on what was happening on the outside, that he got out here and was big stan of.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, it was. I always thought about that too, because I'm like, you have no, it's not like producers are gonna be like, oh, he said about you on his stories. No, they can't.
Yeah.
So were you watching the live feeds and excited about this guy, or were you like, no, not him? Go to the mic.
I'm sorry, but like, I have to be the protective sister,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
And this is on TV. So I'm like, I don't know if it's real. I don't know if he's playing it up. So, but there was like, I could see the genuine like connection and energy that they had with each other, and they're both like weirdos. So I saw that between them, but you know, I can't help but be guarded and protective because I'm her older sister.
Right.
Yeah. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I would be the same way. Like,
would you?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you'd be like, who's this guy?
First of all,
She'd be a detective on the internet. I'm sure she went through the, you know.
I would do so much research.
Yes, exactly.
I would be good. Because you know, again, you don't know. And sometimes people go on TV shows and then you come up and you find out all this bad shit about them.
Exactly,
That's
girl.
Scary. That's scary. So I love that you had to be 100% like yourself though in the house. Maybe not, you know, like as bubbly.
But I was, one of my big goals in there was to play this game and somehow also still be authentically myself.
That's authentic. That's a good word.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't like to the max,
Right.
it was still a version of myself I could look back on and be like, you know what? I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
You know?
And I hope you are.
I feel like I'm still trying to wrap my brain around I was on a TV show because it's not hitting me still.
Well, I get that. And also the fact that you were in this bubble that you get so used to that coming out of that show must be one of the wildest experiences ever. Like the most overwhelming
It
in
is.
good and bad ways.
Right, especially with, I mean, I guess everybody loved this season. We're getting a lot of good. I'm so grateful that people liked it because we kept saying in the house, we're like, we're the best.
Yeah.
But of course we think that everybody's gonna think that. But I love that we were so well received.
Yeah.
But coming out, I didn't realize that would really mean anything.
Yeah.
Other than like, okay, cool, they liked it, but it's like people are hyped, hard.
Yeah. You probably get stopped on the streets all the time.
That was happening immediately.
Yeah.
Like somebody was riding their scooter in West Hollywood and whipped around and said, Rubina? And I was like, yeah. And yes. And he was like, I'm an Aquarius too. And I was like, oh my gosh, you even know about me?
Isn't that crazy when people like know
who I am?
Yeah.
Because also that's what I wanted to be proud of too, is like, I am the same person. If you meet me, if you watched my videos before, you met me in real life. Yeah. I was on this show. I come out of the show. I'm still me.
What is it like though having to like, for example, if you're first dating a guy, you're always on like you get to spend 2 hours with them or like what you're spending 24/7 with this guy that you have feelings for. You have to go no makeup. You have to use the same bathroom.
Right.
That freaks me out.
You kind of like, I know, right? It's like, let's do this backwards, actually.
Like, does the HOH let you go use the bathroom if you're like, okay.
Yeah, so you can have some privacy.
Yeah.
We were really lucky that everyone who was HOH, we were so open about like using the space and everything. But it's crazy to do this backwards when, first of all, I haven't dated in forever. So I don't even know how to do it correctly.
There's no right or wrong.
There's no right or wrong. So it's both blessing and curse.
Yeah.
You know, because it's blessing because you just have to be.
Right.
What am I going to do? I'm not going to wake up and put on makeup right away. I need to just do what I would normally do in my regular life. And also curse in that it's so much more than you would get in, like, you're spending that many hours. Think about it. You maybe go on a date for 2 hours and then see them again in a week or two. And like, so it's like, it feels like a year condensed into what, 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
I get that. Julie Chen Moonves kept saying, thank you, kept saying that Big Brother has a better success rate than The Bachelor.
Apparently.
But that makes sense to me because you spend way more time getting to know somebody, so you must really want to be with them after. Where on The Bachelor, it's like you get like 5 minutes with somebody.
Right. Even one-on-one.
It's like little to no time. And then you literally... I was with the guy that I picked, and he was like, "What's your middle name?"
Oh
like,
my gosh.
you know,
exactly.
But so Big Brother, you're spending all this time together.
You have nothing but time in there to like learn about each other, and like who you are, and like what you know, who you really are.
Yeah,
and even like, especially like living in a house, which for me was, you know, such a big thing because that's what made it. Tucker was so good about a lot of things.
Yeah,
a lot of the other guys had zero awareness about.
Like what?
Cleaning and cooking and like, you know, just taking care of people. And like, even with me, I didn't eat for like 10 days.
What?
I had zero appetite. I cannot believe it. And girl, I like to eat. I'm Filipino. Like, let me get this straight. Like, I love to eat. And in there, I had zero appetite.
I get that.
Yeah. And he was the first one to make sure that I ate.
Oh, sweetie.
I know.
Did you realize how all the other girls were having crushes on him too?
You know, the thing is that I didn't realize because I didn't care.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know how to explain this in a way where I hope people believe me, but truly for me, it's not a competition in that way.
Yeah.
We're not on a dating show, so I don't care.
Right.
Like if you do, you don't. I don't like. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, you have like. But in terms of game, I was like, okay, if he's getting closer to them, then I feel less protected. You know.
Yeah, because then you're like, what? Then you question everything about what's real and what's not,
right.
because you're
Which
like,
I did
is this
have that
gameplay?
Moment. I did have that moment.
I do remember that.
Yeah, I had to. Because we were getting deep in it where I was like, oh my God, I have feelings.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to get hurt.
Yeah.
And who else is going to protect me if I don't do it for myself?
Right.
You know, in terms of game and my emotions.
Right.
So like, you know, I had to have that moment with him. And that was, and again, I forgot I was on a show.
Yeah.
And I was just being
But
genuine.
that's what I think for me personally, as a Big Brother fan, I can tell when people are putting it on and when people are just being themselves.
Yeah.
And of course you have to put it on when, you know, you're doing the comps because you know you're on TV
Right,
for
or
that.
diary room.
Yeah, diary
Yeah,
room.
totally.
Oh, I would turn it right on for the diary room. Like, you have to. But to just, I don't know, just be yourself in that house. At first, I think that would be really tricky because you're just getting to know people.
Right.
But then the paranoia that must go feels like psychological warfare.
No, it is, girl. It's mental torture. Let me be honest here.
Yeah.
That was, I think people really, and I also really underestimate the mental fortitude it takes to do something like that for so long.
Yeah.
So like when people are like, well, what's your strategy? Like, girl, surviving alone in there is a strategy.
Yeah.
Like taking care, making sure you're mentally okay.
Yeah.
Holding in all these, you know, emotions and thoughts and having to maintain and put an outward facing, like, I'm good.
How did you do it? Like, how did you protect your mental health in
Here's
there?
how I feel. I'm so grateful. If I did this when I was in my 20s, girl.
Yeah. I always
would have
say
been
that
evicted
about
week
Bachelor.
2. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because thankfully, I always believe, you know, trust the timing of your life.
Yeah.
I did this when I was 35. I had all the systems in place to be able to be like, other people's opinions about me, none of my business. Don't care. Inside the house, outside the house, whatever outward perception is, I cannot care about that. I don't have control over that. All I have control over is myself and who I give my energy to and how I protect my energy.
Right.
And so in that house, my biggest thing was, the hardest thing was, even though I'm so protective of my energy, I really care about who I give it to. And I know not everyone deserves it in that house. You have to give it out freely.
Yeah.
You know, and so for me, that was the biggest struggle because not everyone's gonna appreciate or understand your energy.
Right.
So my biggest struggle was like angel and devil, like share it, don't share it, share it, don't share it. You know, so
I would struggle so hard with that because I'm so many different things. Like I'm a people pleaser, but then at the same time I'm not.
Yes.
So
exactly.
Like, it depends who you are.
Right.
And then I feel like I make inappropriate jokes that might not land with the right audience.
I held back so many inappropriate jokes.
Oh, I bet.
I'm a that's what she said girl.
Oh, all day.
the time.
All day.
That shit makes me laugh. So
Yeah,
so I held back. I felt like, where's my personality? Because I had to hold back so much of like, you know, for PC sake, who I am. But
so now that you're in the real world,
yes,
and with Tucker, does he love you even more because you're even more yourself now?
I mean, we haven't even had the opportunity to be ourselves around each other. It was his birthday week, right? So it was, oh my gosh, it was constant.
Oh, right, there was
so we literally got maybe
Airbnb.
Yes,
yeah,
we maybe got 8 hours hanging out.
Aww.
I know. So I'm excited for when we do get to hang out and just be like, we decided next time we hang out, it's just gonna be us two.
Yeah.
Because we need that time to like just be and figure out.
Seriously.
Because I had to hold back all my feelings and he was able to like let them out more fully. So I'm still trying to play catch up, even though I know how I felt was so real.
Yeah.
I just had to like push them down.
You guys need lots of time.
I know, more than I know.
Well, and how are you going to do this because of living situations?
I know, right?
Well, long distance can be a beautiful thing.
I think honestly where I'm at in my life and where he is, I feel like that might be best case scenario, so we can still focus on ourselves.
Yeah.
And when we come together, we can focus on each other.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm not worried about that, to be honest.
Okay, let's talk about what's on your feet. And not the cute but killer heels. I mean Defy shoes, the ones that your feet have been absolutely begging for. I got a pair recently, and let me just say, my feet have finally been set free. And here's why I'm obsessed. Defy shoes come with 2 free orthotics and built-in lateral stabilizers that help realign your body as you move. So by the end of the day, you're not feeling like you've run an actual marathon, which by the way, I just watched, and bow down to marathon runners. And the best part, Defy's patented
Verso Shock technology absorbs all that impact from walking around so your feet don't have to. So I wear mine from errands to brunch, and they just keep me going in total comfort without sacrificing style. So if you're still suffering through shoes that scream, I'm uncomfortable, trust me, it's time for an upgrade. You can use code VINE for $20 off orders of $100 or more at gdefy.com. That's VINE for $20 off orders of $100 or more at gdefy.com. This episode of Off the Vine is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you're into true crime, celebrity interviews, or comedy, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. Well, guess what? Now you can call the shots in your auto insurance too with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Here's how it works. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverages that fit your budget. So instead of fitting into someone else's plan, you can find one that's made just for you. It's super easy to start a quote and see the options that work best for you fast. Just one more way Progressive has your back. So head over to progressive.com today to try the Name Your Price tool for yourself and join over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
What was the most shocking thing that you learned about the outside world when you got out?
Immediately on stage, there were some assassination attempts, and that the Kamala's running, and what else was shocking? Oh, Diddy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're like,
Sorry
oh,
about that.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. I did say, are we allowed to cuss on here?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. I swear all the time on this
great.
podcast. Yeah. That's got to be wild.
So it's just like, it's 90 days of not knowing anything is wild. But it was like, I had to lean into that because I was like, when else am I ever going to unplug like this? Especially after this, never again.
How overwhelming was it to get your phone back?
I'm still not okay with it. It's taking me 3 to 5 business days to respond to anything.
Well, yes.
I feel really bad though because I know I need to like jump on it, but like my mental. I know.
You can't keep up, especially with fans.
I know. I'm behind on. I hate saying behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, you are.
However, I'm struggling, girl. Let me be real.
Don't put pressure on that.
Yeah.
Because
it's like all these new things. I have my phone again.
Yeah.
I guess I'm in a relationship now. All of a sudden, there's like fan accounts. I'm like, being pulled in every different direction that I had not been acquainted with before.
Well, and probably now all these agencies are reaching out to be like, you should work with us.
Yeah, and that also, which is great. I'm grateful.
Yeah, of course. It's just overwhelming.
It is, but in good ways.
Because then you're like, I gotta ride this wave while I can.
And I don't want to feel that way because I also feel like I can't miss what's meant for me, right?
I fully believe that.
I feel like you get it. You get it.
This is why my girlfriend who watches the show with me all the time was like, you and Rubina would be like, we're very similar.
You get it.
Yes.
Wait, I don't remember. Like, am I allowed to ask how old you are?
Oh, 39.
Oh, okay. Damn. Okay. Let's go. You look so good.
Thank you.
So, but you get it when you're like once you get past the you just.
Well, and I'm a very spiritual person of like, I'm very much an energy person. I'm very much where I'm supposed to be, alignment.
Well, you get it. I'm so big on that.
I get more. I don't want to say woo woo because I feel like
it is woo woo to people who aren't.
Yeah,
in the
I get
woo-woo.
More woo woo every year of my life.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah,
though and loudly woo woo.
Yeah,
like more
same.
like openly woo woo.
Same. I got Unilome on my.
Yeah, I'm not hiding my woo woo anymore. Like I have the universe in my hands over here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like it's in your hands. Like, okay, bitch, we get it. You love the universe, and the universe loves you.
Oh, people probably get so sick of how crazy I am about the universe and the moon.
Oh my God, are you a moon girly?
I'm a psycho moon girly.
Let's have a full moon party.
I do all the time. I go to a full moon ceremonies.
Hey, can we hang out?
Yes, I knew this would happen. I literally put water outside of the full moon, and I drank it in the morning, and I spoke to the water before I put it out.
That's right.
And
your intentions.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you charge your crystals?
All the time.
Duh. What am I, new?
I go here.
Yeah, no, I work here.
I work here. No, I'm fully one of those. Yeah. And I believe it because all the proof is right in front of me.
And also, literally, we shape our realities.
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever I choose to believe in, everyone's choosing what they want to believe in, and if it works for you, then that's what works for you.
Right.
And I am so big on, manifesting.
Oh, me too.
And choosing your reality, and like all those things are so real.
Yeah.
If you choose to believe that they are.
And you have to really believe.
That's what it is. It's really, truly believing. Are you a numbers girl also?
Huge.
1111?
Yeah, of course.
111, 444? Okay.
Yes.
Why am I even talking?
Of course I'm numbers. I had a numerologist on my podcast before.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes.
Love it.
So even if I'm staying at a hotel room, I look up what the meaning of my room number says.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
If I see anything, I think that it has me. How can you deny signs?
You can't. You can't. And I always think a woman's body can create a life.
Wait. Okay, I talk about this also, and I need you to know. Wait, because I think, how are we not magical? This is magical.
We're wizards.
No, we are. Sorry, we're actually magical. Hello, the world. What would the world be without women? I'm so sorry. It wouldn't. It would not. Sorry, if men had to give birth, there would be no children.
And we need men, and I love men.
We love them too. But if it were the birth part or the pregnancy part.
My favorite, I reposted something the other day where two guys were in a library and they had to try and stay silent, but they put a machine on them that makes them feel what cramps feel like.
Yes, and they couldn't handle it. They're dying. And you put it on the women, they're like, what?
They're like, oh, here we go again. Clockwork.
Exactly.
I know.
Imagine. I'm sorry, hearts. Who else can bleed gallons and still live?
And be synced up with the moon?
Actually, though.
My period came a week early this month because of the full moon, and because it was a super one too.
Oh my gosh, that's true. That's why mine came early too.
See?
It's real.
So then how can we not believe in manifesting and creating the life we want if we can literally create
life,
a baby with a brain and lungs and fingernails, and then you're not going to trust your own gut?
Dang, preach, girl.
Right?
That's crazy. If you really break it down and think about it, it doesn't make sense to not believe.
No, because we can even, our minds are so powerful, we can even make ourselves sick.
It's true.
So we can obviously make ourselves happy too.
Your mentality is your ability.
Yes.
100%.
Tattoo it on us.
Let's go.
So after this.
You get it. Wait, I'm hyped right now.
I knew this would happen. There's always, when I watch one of the Big Brother seasons, I go, I'm going to force a friendship on that one. And you were one of them.
Oh my, wait, I'm humbled and grateful.
You are the one I want to force a friendship on. Anyways, what was the vibe in the jury house?
Girl, did you know I didn't even get to go in the jury house?
Oh, right. You walked out right after.
So what happened is, I didn't get to go because literally the next day was jury roundtable, and that's where everyone finds out who the last juror was, which was me. So I didn't even get to, but it looked so cool, and it looked, they had. I can't be mad. Obviously, I made it further. Right. But it looked like they had a good time. They were making friendship bracelets and painting and coloring and doing karaoke.
And you actually get to hang out with your producers too, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I didn't get to have that. But I did make it further than I thought.
Right. So which
Final Four.
Yeah, Final Four is huge.
In Big Brother world, I have to give myself some credit because...
A lot of credit.
Thanks, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually am that person, but I'm still coming down from I was on a show. Oh, wait, I made it far.
Yeah.
People know who I am.
Yes.
And so, first of all, 4 is I'm born on February 4th. 4 has been my number my whole life. Week 4 was the first time I ever got nominated, and I made it to the top 4.
I love that.
Seems... I could not be more grateful.
Yeah.
It is exactly where I'm supposed to be.
I always see 9/11 on the clock. And I was always like, that's a weird one. But I have for 20 years.
Always? Okay, that's real then.
Always.
Duh.
But listen to this.
What?
This is sad, but it's sad and also very powerful.
Okay.
So I kept being every day I see it, morning and night. And I always go, of course. And so I had a medium on my podcast, and she was like, what is the number you always see? And I was like, 9/11. And she goes, did you have a close friend that passed away? And I went, yeah. My best friend died when I was 18. And she goes, what day did you bury her? And I was like, I don't remember. I messaged my girlfriend. It was 9/11.
So
and she was like,
long.
it's her saying she's here. I know.
Wait, because that is so angels sending messages through numbers and things like that. I believe in that.
I do too. And 9/11, and
I
was
very specific.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know when I buried her. I know the date she died, but I don't remember when and my girlfriend was like, I'll never forget because 9/11 is a terrible day for everybody.
I know.
And so now,
but it at least has different meaning for you.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's why I've seen it for the last 20 years.
That's wild.
Yeah, because which is crazy that she's been gone that long. But yeah. I totally believe
physically
in the
gone.
numbers.
Spiritually, she's like, girl, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Hello. I've been telling you.
I know. That's what all mediums tell me, that she's like, I'm right here.
Yeah.
And she was hilarious. One medium told me that she said, I am literally with her all the time. Not when she's like in the shower or like with a guy. And I'm like, she would say that. All right, when you think about brands that are just absolutely crushing it, like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, it's super easy to focus on the great products and marketing, but the real magic behind that success, it's the systems making everything run smoothly. And for millions of businesses, that system is Shopify. Shopify is the platform that turns window shoppers into real customers. They've got the top checkout experience in the world, and with their Shop Pay feature, conversions can go up by as much as 50%. So that means less cart abandoning and more cart buying, and those little cha-ching moments that we all know and love. So whether your customers are scrolling on social, visiting your store, or even impulse buying at 3 a.m., been there. Shopify's there, ready to help you make the sale. So if you're serious about growing, there's a reason why brands sell more and sell with Shopify. Don't just take our word for it. Try it out for yourself. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/fine, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/fine to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/fine. Are Leah and Quinn a thing?
Oh my gosh. I also have questions about that, because I thought there was one moment where she was admitting that she was starting to have a crush on him.
Same.
Which, listen, guys, Quinn, I know he played up a big character, and anybody would be lucky to have Quinn as their...
He was in the top 3 as favorite people for America. So,
I know.
Yeah.
Because they love the drama. America loves being messy.
True.
The messiest. Yeah, we were a messy season, so I know they loved it. But America loves being messy, so I get it.
I couldn't believe Angela was in that top 3. I thought that
No, we knew. I was like, I bet you I had a suspicion. I bet you anything. Because they love...
messy.
Yeah, exactly. They love... But personally, that was... Living it is entirely different.
Oh my God.
Living it is different.
I can't. I'm just such a to myself kind of person.
Yeah, I didn't have that for so long, and I love my me time.
Yeah. Do you like now just cherish every me time that you get?
I saw my family.
Yeah.
I saw some of my friends. I'm gonna see them, and then I'm gonna go be by myself.
Yeah.
For a week or two with just me and my dog Butters. Okay.
Oh, Butters, that is sweet Butters. Was that the real reunion when Butters jumped in your arms?
Yeah, she was like, oh yeah. But she like low-key was like kind of
mad at you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dogs do that.
No, I didn't because it was an extended period of time. She was like, oh, you're back?
Yeah.
That's nice. I don't really care.
I was thinking of you also because you fall a lot.
I eat shit.
I ate shit so hard last night, and I was like, I can't wait to tell Rubina.
Oh wait, you eat shit?
Yeah.
I always eat shit.
Oh, I don't.
But it cracks me up. Oh, you don't?
No, I'm not really like a clumsy gal.
Oh, good for you.
And last night, this is kind of embarrassing. I had a couple drinks, and I went to Dancing with the Stars to watch, and then I went for martinis after with my girlfriend.
Nice.
And it was so funny because I don't really know LA areas very well. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'll probably have to get in an Uber. That's so long. And we walk out of Tower Bar? Wherever.
A bar.
Yep. And my hotel was right across the street.
Oh, wait.
And I was like, hey, I'm home. And I was like, that's so funny. Anyways, we ended up going like right next door to this comedy store, and I don't know.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And had a drink there. And then I went home and I was like, I'm ordering McDonald's. And so I ordered McDonald's, and I was like a kid on Christmas going down to the lobby to meet the Postmates driver. I was in my house coat. Oh, robe. You guys call it. I'm Canadian. Oh. I was in my robe, and I got in the elevator, and I decided to run to my room because I was so excited. And I wonder if I can roll it.
You did not bruise yourself. Girl, wait, what? I thought it was a bruise. You bled is what that means.
I fully scabbed my... I fell so hard.
Were you wearing heels?
I was in bare feet. I was in bare feet.
Oh my gosh.
In a robe and fully ate shit on the carpet of the hotel. And I remember you
rug burned yourself.
I rug burned myself. And and like my head flew down and I
so dramatic.
Sat there and I was like, that is so embarrassing. Like,
I hope some security footage is out there.
I thought about messaging the hotel because maybe I am a clumsy girl because I have hotel footage of me.
Maybe when you're not in your environment.
Having a realization, I actually am clumsy. I was wearing like a long jumpsuit, and the bottom of it got caught on my shoe, and I just
again, fell flat on my face. And I immediately went to the hotel. I was like, could you find that footage for me? And I found it and I put it on my Instagram story.
See,
so maybe I
you
should.
Honestly, please check, because that's hilarious. If
Me
you're
with
running
McDonald's.
with your McDonald's. Honestly,
a
girl,
robe.
that's so relatable. Like, someone out there is going to feel seen, and the someone is me. So
I would like to know what I literally was like,
you know when like one of the first things you do is you laugh at yourself and then you look around to see like who saw, because
I mean, it was like the loudest thud too, and I was like, holy shit. And then like waking up this morning to the shame of like the empty McDonald's bag by your bed.
Yeah, I know what you're like. Oh,
and I like woke up in the middle of the night to like chug the Dr. Pepper that I got, and I just had rug burn on my knees, and I was like, 39, what's up?
Never too old, never too late.
I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I start singing your
flip
song.
the script and use it for something that doesn't. I'm gonna do that next time.
You have to.
Oh my
you
God,
have to. I am gonna ask them for that footage because.
Oh, please do. No, please.
Oh my God, I haven't even looked at my notes once, by the way. And
Oh my God, what are we talking about?
I really want to make sure that
We're just hanging out now. Hello, we need to. We're on the clock.
I know. I just like to yap.
I know, me too. We need an
just like to-
adult.
yeah.
I need adults. We need a chaperone.
Somebody stop us. Okay, so have you ever watched Big Brother before?
Girl, no.
Oh my God, hilarious. Okay, so was it what you expected? Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
Once I realized I was in the process, I was like, okay, I think I watched like 5 seasons.
Yeah.
I like put in work, but even when I was just watching, it was kind of hard for me to like take notes, and I'm just watching it to understand what the heck is going on.
Right.
And, but as far as being on the show, I don't think even the fans, the super fans on there,
Could never expect.
you
Yeah.
could never expect, anticipate, or prepare yourself for an experience like this, because even so, watching it, it's gonna change with who's in the game,
Right.
you know. And so like we had so many game changers in there that it honestly, what we had the veto we had
that was crazy.
not one normal week till like week 12.
It honestly was the craziest thing because as a fan,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is what I want to see.
Yes,
Like,
but as someone living it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna die in here.
like, this ain't right.
It was crazy. We're like, well, it's Monday, so everyone buckle up. It's about to be another roller coaster ride.
Well, I really want to know like so much more about the storage room. I feel like shit
I
goes
know
down.
you
in the
asked
storage
about
room.
the storage room.
I did.
Okay, so what is your question?
Well, because I know that they have like dental dams and condoms, and you
Yes.
can like go in and request whatever you want.
Apparently, yes.
And like what is the crazy shit? What is the craziest shit someone ordered in there?
Oh, well, I mean, it was really cool. Like sometimes they would throw us a party and they'd always be like, they can't, because you're not supposed to see production, obviously.
Right.
So anytime they were going to give us anything, it was in the storage room. So like when we'd be like there was a Labor Day, we had
Yeah.
a party, and so they would just they'd announce, hey, head to the storage room, and there was, wine, beer,
that's cool.
takeout,
Yeah.
and like even for birthdays, that's where they put like
that's fun.
cake, and it's really nice. But other times in there, it's like we went in there to like have conversation.
Yeah.
It's not. You can hear everything in there. But
I was wondering that too, because everyone's like, the walls are paper thin. I'm like, are they?
they really are. And
Yeah.
like the door doesn't, they leave a space under
Yeah,
the door.
yeah,
But it's also, when there's so many people in there, there's only so many spaces that can be private. So you're using any single space that you can get.
Wait, and you really had to live outside?
Girl,
In
are we gonna
Janky
talk
World.
about Janky World?
I would have lost.
JANKIE. No, I hate it.
I can't. That would have sent me over the edge.
No, I think that was the goal.
Yeah, well,
And
yeah,
I
of course.
think-
It is reality
And I was on the
television.
block that week against my bestie.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
I feel
I
like
love
honestly, I handled it as best as I could. But it was we were woken up to sing and dance. The song would go 3-4 times back to back. Dancing would go 3-4 times back to back. Pizza party.
You really had to eat pizza and ice cream the whole time?
My skin changed after that. I started getting eczema again.
Oh, I believe it.
For real. And my mental health during that, and it was hot. There was a heat wave that week, and we were living
course.
outside. So
They like looked at the weather
They're
and they were
"Let's
like,
do
you
it
know what?
this week."
Yeah. Seriously.
No, and I think it just happened to be that way. But living outside, we were so hyped when we first got the announcement. Let's go outside.
Yeah. I know. That was sad.
We were so excited,
know,
genuinely.
you're like,
and
"Pizza
our
party?"
jaws dropped to the ground. That wasn't an earthquake. That was all of our jaws dropping, realizing, oh, wait, we're actually living out here. Then we saw them bringing out the cots, and we're like, oh, this is real. A week a week outside. And the thing is, here's what makes it terrible, because you still have to play the game. There's no privacy outside. You literally have to watch people talk, and in the paranoia.
How many fart walks did you go on?
Fart walks?
Yeah.
I mean, I tried not to eat the pizza. I was eating the gluten-free, and I ate like almost nothing. I lived off of protein shakes that week and water.
Oh, so
and
you could still have protein shakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they gave that.
Okay.
So that's all. Like, I lived off of that. The liquid, they also gave liquid IV at one point, and water. And then at one point I was just eating the vegetable toppings to have some nutrition.
Yeah.
But
that's torture. Like,
it was a different form of torture. Like,
but you didn't get to go back in. So did they bring out your clothes and like
once that we were told, you know, we film all that, and then they're like, okay, everybody has 5 minutes to grab whatever you need for a week. And they're counting down. You put everything in your duffel. You have 5 minutes to grab anything and everything you might need for a week. And we didn't know it was going to be hot. We didn't know we were going to only take cold showers. My skin changed that week, and so did my soul.
Yeah. I honestly was like, this must be a TV trick. Like, there's no way you guys actually
live. Yeah. It was real. It was so real. And like, luckily we were able to do our laundry because the laundry's outside. Yeah. That was like the one perk, but no privacy, no nothing. Girl, wait. It was porta potties. The same porta potties for a week. And it was baking in that heat.
That's disgusting.
It was disgusting.
That's actually disgusting.
So that's a different form of torture. But like, so here's what I had to channel my inner child, honestly, because I was like, if I were 13, this would be a dream come true.
Right.
Slumber party in the backyard.
Yeah.
Pizza and ice cream and dancing. But yeah, I'm 35, and so it was.
Oh, that
took a different mental.
I don't know how I would do.
You know what? I think a lot of people who would not have survived in there, luckily, were evicted already, because otherwise, I self-eviction.
Right.
Yeah, there were times I was like, do I need the money more than I need my mental health? I'm not sure, you know? I think I'll be fine. I'll make that money some other way, you know?
I would be thinking the exact same thing. Okay, so now that the show's done, so many people love you, what are you going to do with this platform that you have now?
Oh my God, I didn't even realize it would be that way. I was hoping, honestly, my biggest goal, if I didn't win, was to have at least a positive impact on like being authentically yourself.
Yes.
Like being a woman who stands for women.
Yes.
And for being someone who, you know, I didn't grow up seeing anyone like me on TV. The closest I got was like Tila Tequila, but she's not even Filipino. She's just small and Asian.
Right.
You know, so those goals, I feel like if I hit those, and then I feel super fulfilled.
Yeah.
Now that I have a platform, I'm still prior to this, I was big on women empowerment. I was big on experiences. I was big on like, I'm 35, I don't have kids, I'm not married. I'm big on women doing whatever the they want to do.
Yes.
And so I'm going to run with that. That's like my big overarching idea is like, because even before this, I hosted trips. Like I traveled with followers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So they would sign up to go with me on a trip. They've never met me, with people they've never met before, to experience something they've never experienced before.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I think
now you can do that on a big scale.
Yeah, exactly. And I just want to, I just want people to know that it's never too late. You're never too old. And at the end of the day, the only person's opinion you need to be worried about is yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And every podcast I make, people tell me an embarrassing story, which I already told you mine.
Embarrassing stories. Ooh, so many. Where do I start? Let's see. I bartended for a long, long time.
Me too.
And it was in one of my most recent jobs. It was a new job. It was a really, really, really big restaurant. We're going up the stairs. I just met everyone for the first time. We're walking, we're talking. What's the first thing I do? Rip my pants in half. As we're going up the stairs, and I'm leading the troops.
No.
It echoes in the hallways, and I rip and I'm like, you know what? This is a great introduction to Rubina. Just so you know, this is very much me. And it at least settled it that I am this person.
Yeah.
And get used to it. We're gonna be working together. I ripped my pants the first hour. Why?
So what did you do?
I had to make friends.
Yeah.
Can I borrow a jacket? I'm just gonna wrap it around my.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's kind of hard for me to get embarrassed anymore, because like I accept that I'm cringe.
Yeah.
Like,
what? No, you're not.
You can't tell me that I'm cringe, because I think, yeah, I'm cringe, but I'm free, you know? People are going to find you cringe if you're free and you're so yourself and you're comfortable with that.
Oh, see, so, I find the opposite. If you're not comfortable with yourself and you're not free and you're trying to be someone else,
that's actual cringe. But there's different people who cringe is up to your perception and opinion.
Okay.
But I agree. That's more cringe to me than me being me.
Right.
But people are going to find me cringe, and that's okay.
Wait, tell everyone where they can find you, because you are very fun to follow, very empowering, and I love your content.
That means so much to me, because I am very intentional about it now.
No, it's so good.
But you can follow me on Instagram at with Rubina, RUBINA. RUBINA, or on TikTok, The Rubina Show, because it's The Rubina Show.
I love that. What kind of TikToks do you do?
Oh, girl. I'm figuring that out still.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I'm a millennial. I'm trying to get, like, I don't know how to use TikTok, to be honest.
I'm literally like so stuck on TikTok. I'm like, sometimes I just want to delete it, and other times I'm like, wait, that was fun.
Yeah, see, that's how I feel.
I post
Maybe
like
we
once
just have
a month.
Fun. Just have fun on there.
Yeah, just have fun.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Just
have
be
fun.
you. I was gonna say that.
Just be you.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for even inviting me. What the heck? Who am I? Where am I? This is amazing. Thank me. Thank you for being you and letting me be me.
You can always be you with me when I'm being me and you're being you.
That's right. If you know, you know. YK, bitch.
I'm Kaitlyn Bristowe. Your session is now ending. And if I'm being honest, I wouldn't mind a rating and review.